Alrighty, welcome back to another video. As you can see on the right, there is the hero coach that is finally out and about again. Um, I think there is a lot of content creators out there who have already um, came out with their videos on the whole list basically of what heroes are coming out for hero coach, and I'm just here to add my opinions on what you would use the hero coach on. So let's be honest here, there are not that many attackers in the current meta that you would want to hero coach, because these hero coach, you can only train legendary heroes that were released more than 730 days before the start of this event, which means these heroes are at least 2 years old. And the only way that you would gain some benefit here is if those attacking heroes actually have costumes where you can level up. The rest of the time, I think you would want to use this hero coach to level up your healers, especially those healers that have a bit more relevant stats in the meta. Now, what am I talking about here? If you can look at mine, so I'm just going to use my roster for example. Oniwakamaru is still one of the best ones to level just because of how resilient Undispellable Auto Taunt is in the current meta, with so many astral dwarfs that can just nonchalantly dispel your taunt. I think Oniwakamaru is still a very, very good option. Other healers in this position are something like, for example, Hathor, especially with the costume bonus, and only with the costume bonus because of this special ability here, the passive here, which allows your allies to gain a little bit of mana. That accelerates the team a lot, and as well as her status ailment immunity. Now, I would use the regular side of Hathor instead of the costume version, especially when you're using Insanity Heroes as part of the example of applications that you would use Hathor on. But Hathor with the costume is really beneficial here. Now, I don't have Hathor's costume, so I won't be using Hathor for the hero coach. I already have her right now at 20 emblems and single limit break. I am waiting for the costume outfitter, which I will most likely choose Hathor here. Some other healers here that you can consider would be Guardian Gazelle. Let me see, where's my Guardian Gazelle? I have a Gazelle here that I can show. Where is my Gazelle? I have like 4. Where are they? Where are they? Come on. Where your stupid ass at? Okay, here. Yeah, so Guardian Gazelle is a pretty good one, especially if you have the costume, and only if you have the costume, by the way. So a lot of these heroes that I'm talking about are contingent on you having the costumes, because the hero coach will bring up your heroes, the regular side of the hero to 490 without emblems and master emblems. Then you can just put the emblems on, and you can cater it to the costume version. For example, if you're using Guardian Gazelle, because costume Guardian Gazelle is still pretty relevant in the current meta actually. And then I've skipped over some, but these are some good ones. Milena, for example, is still pretty good. You also have Cleopatra, which is actually very decent. The costume version is a paladin, but I think you would use the regular side just because of its being cleric. You can resist certain silences if, let's say, you're unable to get the special skill off. And then there's Hetaferus as well, which heals quite a bit, quite good as well, and that blind can be really annoying. So these are some of the healers I would think that you would use. And then there's also one which is pretty old, Ignazio, but the costume is pretty new. So if you have Ignazio's costume, I think Ignazio was one of the strongest healers that you can use for the hero coach. There's also Toxicandra, which I don't have, and I think Thalassa as well. So all these Untold Tales heroes as well are definitely worth it. Like if you have Thalassa. Now, unfortunately, I do believe Gestalt is not available to be hero coach because he came a little bit later. I think if hero coach started a few days later, you can probably hero coach Gestalt. But as of right now, I think you can only do Thalassa, Seto. Let me see if I'm not tripping. I don't think you see a Gestalt here. Yeah, I do have a Gestalt at 1-1, and if he's not here, that means you can't hero coach him. Yeah, so basically there's that. I would definitely focus a lot on healers if you have them, because that would be the best way to kind of utilize hero coach. And at the same time, if you have stronger heroes that would benefit, utility heroes, I would say, not really pure attacking damage heroes, utility heroes that can benefit from this hero coach, I think you would definitely use them. Like for example, uh, not so much on Seto. I have one of it which I am definitely going to level, which I am going to just do it right now. So Tati Sherry is my choice for my own personal roster, because I want to have more red options in order to deal with Gurik. I recently pulled Bartholomew, and I also have Demhalar, so I am trying to pair them with Tati Sherry because Tati Sherry is pretty strong. So for my pick, I'm going I'm going away from healers, and I'm actually picking Tati Sherry here. But if I don't have Tati Sherry, another one that you can consider are of course the glass heroes, the heroes that you have the glass costumes on, like for example Kagan, Domitia, Leonidas, Richard, Thorn waiting for the glass, but if you have Thorn, you want to bank on it, sure, why not. Marjana as well is pretty good. So yeah, those are the options there, definitely for hero coach. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna do Teddy Sherry here, and then I'm gonna try. I'm running out of iron, so I don't think I can max out the costume as soon as I can, but maybe next week. Maybe next week or the week after. I'm not sure. But we definitely want to use Teddy Sherry my um, for my war teams. I think Tati Sherry is still pretty relevant, especially since I have the costume. I actually pulled the costume during the harvest summons, so I'm definitely going to try to use Tati Sherry here. I think a lot of people have Tati Sherry and are benefiting from it, so I just want to hop on the bandwagon and see what I can do. So for those who are wondering what to use for hero coach, I think essentially um, my thoughts and preferences would go very heavily towards healers. Season 1 heroes that you have the glass that are beneficial, and what I mean by that are Kagan, Leonidas, Domitia, Marjana, Richard, and potentially Viveka. And then utility heroes, Oni Wakamaru, Loki, who else? Some others as well that you can consider, but I think those three are the main ones there. And then only then you look at your costumes. If you have costumes for certain newer heroes, you can probably use the hero coach to level the regular side. But do take into consideration as well the amount of ethers that you have. So the good thing about hero coach is that it doesn't matter at what stage your hero is, you can still push them up. So for example, if I were to pick Liana here, for example, I just need to pay 18 gems and I can get her to 90. I have her right now at 85 plus 25. I was trying to use her during the Fergus meta, but Fergus got rotated out right after I maxed both the Liana, so yeah, she's gonna rot in my bench for the time being. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to Tati Sherry. That is my pick, and I hope you guys take your time with picking your hero that you want to coach. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. GG. And there we go.